Tyrese Maxey is too good for Summer League. Come on. Have we ever had a guy, aside from the momentarily magnificent Korkmaz 40-point game, where he then, I think, followed it up with like almost zero. It was either zero or very close to zero in the second game. But have we ever had like a too good for Summer League? This is Maxey's first Summer League, which is technically a cheat because last Summer League didn't happen. Do you remember anybody?
No, I mean, even the Sixers had back-to-back number one picks, and like I don't think either of them looked that good in Summer League. I granted, like, Ben had like cramps and stuff, and Markelle got injured and whatever, but like that was just a level of dominance, like I'm too good to be here type thing that I have not seen a summer Sixer put on, man. I mean, how about Maxey, man? He's ridiculous. I mean, I love the way that Maxey talks about his game, like when he just talks about how like, yeah, it's not an option if you want to shoot or not. Like you gotta put in the work. You gotta get 1% better every day. Like you don't hear NBA guys like talk about their games in that level of like self-awareness. It's like, I'm not comparing these guys as players, but like it reminded me of the way that Giannis talks about his game, where he's just so like crazy self-aware. And Maxey, I think, just has that work ethic and has that recognition, which is frankly just as important to be like, this is what I need to get better at. And he comes out just firing around pick and rolls from 28 feet like he's Damian Lillard. Like, that is a really encouraging sign to me.
It is such a rare thing to see a guy, maybe just rare for the Sixers, I don't know, but see a guy be like, hey, I needed to get better at this, and I needed to do it more often. And then the first game back, it's, hey, I'm doing that thing that everybody said I needed to get better at. And so for Maxey, it was pulling up off the dribble. And he was letting it fly. Like he played like 24 minutes or something, took 6 threes. They were not easy catch and shoot threes. One was a step back that was beautiful. One was like a quick crossover. The big dropped and he just pulled and the shot looked good. It's I don't remember. Tell me if I'm wrong. You were high on Maxey, but not high on the shot coming out. Is that right?
Correct. Yep.
It looked good to me.
No, yeah, it looks a little bit better. I mean, I think they raised that release point a bit.
Yeah. Because he was coming at it from the chest for so much. It was like the combination of shooting from the chest and also like jumping forward so much where it looked like, and like spreading his legs where it looked like he couldn't quite like muscle it up. He doesn't seem like it's happening as dramatically anymore.
No, not as much. And I also think that I think this is kind of a general thing that I've just come to accept, that guys just don't need to have perfect shooting mechanics. And it just like, if it boils down to repetition. And if Maxey is going to put in an insane amount of reps with that form, he's going to get better. And it's not like a completely broken form by any means. It's not like picturesque, but there are countless guys in the NBA who have unorthodox or like what you would consider blatantly wrong form, and they're very, very good shooters. So I think that's a situation where you just kind of write it off as, I trust him to put in enough reps to the point that he's going to make it work.
Yeah. How do you feel like coaches look at that and go like, and weigh whether that they should change someone's shot or just like maximize reps, change it, like tweak it a little? How do they look at that?
I think probably a wide range of opinions. I mean, like, if you look at like the guy Chip Engelland with the Spurs, right? Like he's the most world-renowned shooting coach. Like a lot of their guys who they've made good have been like massive overhauls to their form, right? Like Kawhi had a huge, like the ball was over his head in college, and now he shoots kind of in front of his face.
Yeah.
And so I think there's definitely a wide range of opinions there. It is interesting too to think about it from like a scouting perspective, where you just can't get past like the mental image of how a guy shoots. Like this happened to Desmond Bane last year, where it's like, it's really hard to look at that form and be like, yeah, that's an amazing shooter who is going to shoot 40%, but he is. And it's hard to accept that mentally. I have a theory that that's why Embiid's pump fake gets everyone every time, because his form looks good aesthetically. And no matter how much it's drilled into an opposing big man's head, like this guy shoots 33%, like don't necessarily close out on him. It's just hard because his shot looks good, and mentally you just think it's going in. So yeah, I mean, I think that there's just a really wide range of opinions, ranging from break it all the way down to, get the bones of the shot fine, and then just repetition and repetition.
Yeah. I feel like Maxey also gets so much lift on his shot to where he is a little bit small. He doesn't have the highest release point, and he's maybe not like the savviest ball handler, although I saw a bunch of stuff of him like trying to split the defender here and there and just pushing the ball in front of him and stuff. I think because of the lift, like the combination of enough is I believe in him now flashing a step back ability. I believe in him having enough in his bag to find ways to get open and find ways to look for a shot. Do you feel that?
I do. And this goes back to, the mentality of like hunting his shot. Like if you're looking for your shot in the NBA, you're going to get it, especially with his athletic ability and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, I just think that I didn't count many times last year where I was like, oh, his low release or, the whatever is like prohibiting him from getting a shot off. I think that he has all the athleticism he needs to and the mentality that he needs to get his shots.
How many points does he need to score for you to say he's untouchable in a Dame trade?
In a summer league game or
summer league game? How many points would he need to score in a summer league game to say like, we can't do it? Trade everybody else. Trade Matisse, 17 straight picks, all the pick swaps. If he puts in like 60 points in a summer league game, when does it stop? Give me a number.
57.
57. All right, there it is. We found the number. If he hits 57, then you can't trade him. I do. He is just such an easy guy to root for, man. Like,
would you rather give up like 3 additional first round picks to keep Maxey out of a Lillard trade? Would you do that?
I think absolutely. That might be unreasonable, right? That might be like an unreasonable thing to think, where like, I think there's on the one hand, picks are so much more valuable because then when you put a name to it, then it becomes, oh, they don't work for this, or this guy might not work, but the picks could be anything. But once they're on your team and you like them, then like one guy is like, those picks suck. They could be fucking like 28. Who gives a shit? Fuck those guys. We don't know who they are. We love this kid. And it's just hard to just detach from that. Even so, I think like 3 first round picks, probably better than Maxey, but he's really good. He shouldn't have been available at 21. Thank you, Mike Muscala. We will always say the name of Mike Muscala and Mike Muscala's racist dad. It's very good. So I also like that. I feel like this is like, it was cool to see Maxey be he was the engine of the Sixers team too much last season, sadly, because they just didn't have many guys that could do what he did. But him being like the best player on this team and setting the tone on both ends of the court. Like I thought his defense was really impressive, and just his energy level of just like, I haven't played in a while. Like I am not stopping. I'm pressuring the ball all the time. I'm getting after it. Did you feel like, I know we talked about like Doc has said, nobody's gone from this bad on defense to this good on defense over the course of a season, which I think is a really nice compliment. Do you feel like, can we take anything out of that in summer league, that like he can go from passable defense to being actually a plus defender? Is that, am I so pathetic from a bad Hawks loss that like I'm dying to look at, I'm scouting Tyrese Maxey's summer league defense? Am I just a sick fuck? Like, you can say it.
You're a sick fuck, but you're not wrong. Like I was watching that too. I mean, dude, he gets after it. Like even in the beginning of last year when his defense was not great, like it was not an effort thing, right? And he's so quick and he's got such great like core strength that he's going to be a good point of attack defender. And I think the stuff that Doc was talking about was really just like rotation stuff, back end stuff, coverages, that sort of thing. So yeah, I mean, I definitely think that he probably came into this summer league game like, I just want to dominate all facets of this game. I'm gonna pull up from 30. I'm gonna lock up on defense. And it's tying the conversation full circle that he's self-aware and he knows where he needs to improve. And I think someone like that, like he likes to make a statement in that sense. So, I don't know if I can say that he's like taking another leap defensively, but I do think that it'll come for sure.
Yeah.